Your mom do not belong. Your dad do not belong. They do not have the money to make you belong. And there is pressure. There is pressure on you. You now want to belong. You need money. Who will give you money free of charge? And now, because you want to belong, the motion of being belong is on you. Especially ladies. And you now ask a friend, how are you people getting this money? They now introduce you to something outside what your parents will approve. Because the motion is there. You not think of the repercussion. You not think of, if I collect this money and now I use it to belong, it is going to affect me. You don't want to go through that hunger. You want to satisfy whatever will happen. Let me just go to this party first. Because the emotion is strong and there's no checkmating personality around you to help you hold it down. You will fall flat, and after falling flat, you will now be crying crocodile tears. You will still go and collect that money again. It's a process. Because the emotion is so strong. Some is not like that. It's stealing. It will shock you that ladies will enter a store and pack underwears inside their clothes. They want to belong, but there is no money. The emotion to steal will be there. You go to a computer village now, they put their phones inside the glass. So many women taught them lessons. You look away, the woman has dropped 2 phones inside the bag and she's not going to buy, but the emotion is there. All of us, we have this issue inside us. No man is free. We are not judging anybody here. This is the situation. These are the crises that a man that is void of Christ will face. No man has any good quality right from birth. Psalm 51. Psalm 51 verse 5. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Did you see that? You can't escape it. Romans chapter 1 verse 28. The book of Romans chapter 1 verse 28. Even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents. You read that list, you will see the plight of a man, all of us, under the spell of sin. Only Christ has enmity with the devil. All men are born sinners and slaves to sins and devils. If I get to the book of John chapter 8, you will see what Christ was telling them there, that the reason why you will know that you are not born again is you can never be free from sin. You can cry your crocodile tears and refuse to eat. That doesn't save you from sin. You abandon food. That's not what they are saying. Food does not, it's not food that drove you to sin. It's the thing that drove you to sin. It's inside you. It's inside you. So that you are not eating, it doesn't save you from sin. Or you are doing like somebody wants to die. That's the carnal way of solution. Christ told the Pharisees that unless you believe in me, you will die in sin. The moment you don't believe Jesus, I preach Jesus to you. I say, let us pray. You refuse to pray. When you leave here, sin will gum you from the gate. It will only manifest after some time. Only Christ can deliver. Christ was absent in the life of us all. Any man in this condition will manifest all that I've read to you in the book of Romans chapter 7. The fallen nature of man is so severe that it manifests around those things we choose to admire. Come here. If you like bulky ladies by nature, once you see one, you are in soup. If you like skinny ladies, the things you like, they are the things that the devil will fabricate for you to take in a wrong way. The things you don't like, they won't hug you. For example now, right from my childhood, I don't have temptation on smoking and drinking. I don't just naturally. When I see them with cigarette, it doesn't. I've never said, Lord, deliver me from cigarette and drinking. I don't just like drinking. There are things that I like. Those are the things the devil will bring. There are things that you like. Legitimate liking. The devil will now ask you to take it in the wrong way. Let me tell you how devastating sin is. I was told of a young man. They said, if you need money, you will sleep with dead body for 7 days. Because of that, his passion for money. To love money is good. But the devil now asks him to do it in the wrong way. Once the passion starts, it's the same with fornication and adultery, and it's the same. If you just pick where your area of interest is, if by nature, let me use some women. Some women, after marriage, once you have issues, they don't have any matter with men again. They are naturally wired like that. Once they have children, their husband is, if you like, travel. Once they have their children, it's not all women that are wired like that. Some, whether there is child or no child, she wants the man's attention. That's how she's wired. There is no sin in either. But whichever way is your desire highest, get ready for temptation. Peradventure now, you are the type that if your husband doesn't joke with you, touch you in a day, you are in soup. You better pray that you don't marry a soldier. Or you don't marry somebody that is looking for greener pasture in America. And while you are here, because that is where your weakness is, the devil will tempt you. The one that just want to have children and nothing to do with the husband again, the husband will go, she will stay. Because that is not an area of weakness. So whatever it is that is your area of weakness, the devil will bring story to you. This young man happens to have the desire to make money. I want to assume, I'm sorry, I'm not going to abuse the sensibility of anybody. I want to assume this man must be from Onitsha, where they have built 6-story buildings. Maybe his brothers have built 6-story buildings all over. And he looked at himself, if I go back to the village, how will I look? I also want to do something. It's legitimate. But because of that challenge in his life, the devil now asks him, you will sleep with a lady, a dead body, for 7 days. And he succeeded in luring a girl to somewhere and killed the girl and started sleeping with the dead body. Now, you know that's horrible. But the mind is made up. It's the same thing with I commit fornication. Your mind will be strong to do it until after you now realize, because the spirit of conviction will come after you are falling. I was told that the police now got the wind that he's doing something like that, and they now caught him. He now begged them one beg. He said, I beg you, before you take me to prison, let me do the last one. Did you see how sin is in the life of the man? Don't judge that man. No. There are things you have done like that. If God will open your book, it's the same thing. It's just on different issues. So, man is condemned and chained to sin, and you will now look down on the laws of God, you now find yourself in bondage. It's a bondage. The crisis of a Christless life is worrisome and bad. Can we go through the life and history of a man who has rejected Christ, and he must face the consequence? When you sin against God, you will face it. It's a matter of time. Do you see my life now? No matter how sweet or sugar-coated mouth you see me preaching, I'm also bearing the time I spent in sin is following me. All the things I did in the past, even though I said I'm now born again, because God called me early in life, I didn't listen early in life. The Lord knew that I'm going to be a minister, and he wants me to have joyful, life. I didn't realize it in time. I was dilly-dallying. I still went back, did something, and rushed down. That moment I spent, I'm paying back. So it's like that. Now, look up here at me. Why are we always talking about Christ? Christ, Christ. Give your life to Christ. Give your life to Christ. This is the reason. Because that is what will help you understand why Christ came. It's because of the crisis that man will pass through. That's why we push you to Jesus. And those of us who have tasted of the goodness of God, we cannot but emphasize it. That is the beginning of goodness in your life. Originally, after the camping of Adam and Eve to the side of Satan, the serpent, man was totally condemned, defeated, punished, and excommunicated from the headquarters of the earth, that is the Eden, to go and live in the suburbs of the earth. He will find job by himself. He will build house for himself. He will get married under intense denial of great glory and divine support. Eden was God-made state where you drop something on the ground like a grain of rice. I just want to assume a grain of rice can be as big as this something. A grain of rice, that tiny thing, is the cursing of God that reduced the production capacity of the world. You will toil. You will do wahala before you get food. Tons and teaspoons. And man was to go and try where there's abundance, he was removed to go and where there's scarcity. Because of the trouble in Ukraine now, I'm told that wheat, the bread that you are buying here, 300 naira now, is 600 naira. And I have to change from bread to what yesterday? Biscuits. We used to spend like 1,000 naira for bread. 3 big loaves now. I have to change it because of the trouble. And Nigeria now, yesterday I saw on the news, they are trying to go back to cassava and millet to turn everything. That's the result of the power of sin working on us. The man will go and find job. Let me confirm that in the Bible for you. Genesis chapter 3. Open your Bible. Verse 9. Now therefore, Genesis 3. Verse 9. And the Lord called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard a voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent did what? Say it louder. Okay, let's see the result now. Verse 17. And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it. cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it was thou taken, for dust thou art, and dust thou shalt return. Did you see the problem of man? Why we are struggling to make ends meet, get this job, and run to abroad, and do all that, so that we can succeed in life. The effect of the fall took away from man. Listen to this. The celestial body frame. This was not our original body. Our original body cannot be wounded by a knife. You cannot fall and your bone broken. No. It's a glorified body. And so that effect of a glorified body left us. It took away the celestial body frame and left behind the earthly structure, void of heavenly glory. As you are growing now, you'll be hearing arthritis, I cannot stand up too long, my eyes are dim. You'll be so many things that will be happening. That is what we are left with to handle. Before the fall, man's total outlook was a different model from the angel, yet it has its own glory, which is an alternative formation and a special brand. When God finished creating angels, he looked at us and he formed us. The reason why our own case is different is, for example now, if you go and commit fornication or adultery and you catch a sickness, it can go into your children. But in the case of angels, they are not like that. They are not connected. Angels are individualistic. They are created one by one. If you slap this angel, it doesn't affect the other angel. If I slap Coleman now, the father will say, Pastor, and he's not the one I'm slapping. So, but man, we are connected. That's why your sin or your father's sin will show in your life. You find a dimension of what your dad used to do. So, the body we carry now is a different body. But the Lord made us a special brand full of glory. And he knew that we have the capacity to rule the world. That's why he didn't come there to put his throne here. He knew he has given us enough knowledge and we are doing fine. I've never seen a lion becoming a president. Have you seen one? No. Have you ever seen a crocodile saying APC and the Jagaban that wants to become president? No. Human beings, angels do not have that capacity. They are just servants to the Almighty. We are rulers. And so, because of the sin, man fell. Angels fell. Man could not retain their former glory, but angels retain because they just removed the ones that fell away from the ones that didn't fall. But in our own case, it's a generational falling. Man was thrown into death's arena. If you eat this thing, you will die. He cannot live the original life of liberty and triumph. Man must die. Man was in captivity and in bondage. Let me read this for you to understand what is called bondage. Romans chapter 7. Romans chapter 7. Verse 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid me. I had not known sin, but by the law. For I have not known lust, except the law has said, thou shalt not covet. Look up here. There are things you will do on your own as a growing person. You don't know that, you don't know the gravity of it. You just felt, I have emotion. I want somebody to touch me. Because you do not know the law guiding it, you will do it with ease. But when the law comes, somebody is catching you on it or somebody is rebuking you on it, it will cut your heart deeper than the feelings you are having before, because you did not know the law before. You thought they are just restricting you to steal now. If they now catch you, you now be asking, is it because I stole 100 naira? Is it just because of the 100 naira? You people are beating me like this. You did not know what is called stealing. That is punishable by offense, and you were not there when the law was made. So, the man that was talking here said, I didn't know anything about sin until somebody told me that this thing is sinful. I didn't know the gravity until somebody told me. Now look at it, verse 8. But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscence. For without the law, sin was dead. For I was alive without the law once. But when the commandments came, sin revived, and I died. And the commandment which was ordained to life, I found it unto death. Verse 11. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Verse 15. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, read it, finish. There are things, if you encourage you, you will go for 7 years imprisonment. These pedophiles, these people that sleep with 3 months old baby, they know the implication, but because the power of sin is on them, there is something that will hold you down, make you do it. It's a compelling force wanting to ruin your life. Everyone knew what is sin and what is not. Everyone will now ask, why am I so weak to refuse doing these things? Why am I so weak that when this thing comes to me, I cannot control it? Verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. Verse 16. If then I do that which I will not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then, it is no more I that do it. Help me finish it. Say it louder. The thing is in you. How do you steal? I see a hand set with that girl here now in the church. While we are praying, maybe she drop it on the phone. And as I look like this, something talks inside you. Steal it. Because stealing is already inside you. Say, steal it. Your conscience will ask, how about if they catch me? They won't catch you. Nobody will know. Sin is in you. And as we are jumping, dancing, you are looking here and there. The devil will tell you, just look here and there. When everybody is closing eyes, and pastor will say, everybody close eyes. Then you stretch your hand. Maybe at the time you are stretching your hand, pastor open his own eyes. And you are caught. There is that thing inside you. There are people here. There are people in our vicinities like this, that if a woman tempts them and remove clothes, they won't do it. They are not born again. They won't steal. It's not stealing matter. He can die inside beer parlor. That's what the devil gave him to do. There are people that can live to a level, because that's not the area of the sin that the devil has given to them. But you look at the thing you do with ease. The things you do with ease. If it is drinking, devil is ready for you. Me, if you carry a gogoro full here, I will run away. It doesn't attract me. It doesn't show me anything. I know the things that I must not go near. You can talk your English from morning till night. I won't go near. Because I want to come here and preach and affect your life. I won't allow it. You just see my green eyes. I know that area. The devil will work it out if I'm careless. So you yourself, look at the things that you used to do. Some people will give their women money, buy clothes for them, buy all the beautiful things. But on the day of anger, the woman's hair will swell up. It's a generational trouble. They will beat their wives. And if you ask him, what did the woman do? There will be no answer. I know a man that removed these two front teeth with blow. I'm not telling you lie. We grew up together. He's now born again. No? I know a man, when I was still in my daddy's house here, from Kwara State, I think, the anger is serious that if he's angry with his wife, when we finish, I want you people to come and do exhibition, come and see something. There is a stone at the back of this drum set that these children used to balance their set. If he sees that kind of stone, he will put the head of the woman here. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. That's his own way of, sinning. Is his wife. Now you look at the things that you do without anybody, is with ease. To fall for fornication is with ease. That's the thing the devil wants to use to destroy you. If it is drinking, you go out in the morning, your wife is at home, boy. You are married. The ones you are chasing now is the same thing. It's the devil that will make you see one woman. No. Okay, which of you women that have sand in your skin, inside your skin, there is sand that is flowing like blood? No, it's flesh and blood. It's lust. The devil will turn your eyeball to look down as if it's special. No. Only Christ can help you overcome that weakness. Everybody, we have our own ways of sinning. The one that is your own, identify it and take it to the Lord. If you don't do that, that will ruin you. The explanation of our sinful tendencies was published and pasted as the law. The Lord wants us to understand. That's why I wrote this Bible. As CNN News is posted here, and you have to consult this page and read it. Then everyone knew what is sin and what is not. And everyone will now ask, why am I so weak to refuse doing all these things? It is clear that knowing that something is not good does not make you not to do it. Then the man will say, can I ever be freed from these loads of emotional bondage? Then you will cry inside him. You will see the cry of the man now. Romans chapter 7. Romans chapter 7 verse 24. Oh wretched, listen, let's read from verse 22. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man, but I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. Oh wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? When you get to this junction, that you are tired of sinning at this junction, no man can set anyone free except Jesus. It takes you to come clean and clear about your present condition and state. Open up and confess the evil. Christ to Christ, and don't allow the devil to swallow you into destruction. Look up at me here. Everybody has temptation now. Don't think pastor said he's not tempted. But I have learned how to overcome. And it doesn't hurt me. And I don't need to fall there and come and be telling you I'm sorry. I don't do that again. How do you come out of this mess? It's a mess. It's a mess. Don't let small pikin slap you because of what you want to eat. And don't mess up yourself. Be a man of dignity. A man of respect. Give it to yourself. And the pulpit will not accommodate that. If I see anything among you people, you see my red eyes. And it will come to a time that if anybody does it here, you come here and confess. So understand what you are doing. If you do it from this moment, you will climb here. It will not be a private matter. So that you know that what you are destroying the kingdom of God with your sin. Here, sin is cancelled. I don't want all that crisis in your life. I want God, when you come here, as you sit down, miracle is working in your life. Give me a louder amen. Don't let us allow devil to cheat us. No. Don't come and cry crocodile tears. Oh, that's why I'm going through this. I won't take your tears. I'm not Christ. I don't forgive sin. I will push you back to him. I will leave you. So if your body is kicking, understand, this pastor will not allow it. I don't have any, nobody will collect this Bible from my hand. If you have issues, bring it. I'll pray with you and God will answer. Are you with me? I'm not hearing you. Are you with me? Yes, sir. Okay, here. Are you with me? Yes. Okay, we have agreed now. If anybody commit fornication, what should you do to the person? Say it. They are afraid. I know what the Bible says. It says, them that sinned, rebuke before all, that others may fear. That's the condition. If you do, we drag you here. And this internet, you showcase your life. Stand up on your feet. That power of sin must be dead in your life this morning. I'm tempted, I'm doing this. That temptation will not fall you down anymore. Say it after me. I will overcome my temptations. Say it. I want your mouth to. I will overcome my trials. I will not allow the devil to destroy my life. Help me, Lord Jesus. Take it to the Lord in prayer. I'm not hearing your prayer. Your mouth